Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and go over some of the general settings over here. If you click on this, the three little dots right here, you can get a link to this. I would suggest just adding students because most likely you have all of your students on Microsoft Office. So like all of my students have a school email account and they could access it through Office 365. But you could do it, by sending a link to it. I also have this option right here to go to my settings, manage my teams. I can search for members, so it's all the people who are listed. I just click here and I can search for anybody that would be in my schools directory. Okay, so I'm currently listed because I'm the owner of it. And that was where I added my students in here. And I just clicked add a member, and then I could actually, if I do that, and then I could type in the student's name and then it would pull up. Same for any teachers as well. So I'm just going to close that. I didn't really mess with my channels. Picking a theme, if you want to go ahead and change the little icon right here. Okay, I'm going to cancel. But they had a bunch of general, just default little icons. That's how I added them over here on the side. And I would just add a picture icon just so I knew what are my animation classes, which are my graphic design classes. I didn't really use my apps for this. These were the default ones that were already added. I have not actually tried out going to the store yet. So when I do that, I'll post some more about that. Going back though, I'm gonna click on test group and I just left click on that, and main thing is let's go to assignments here. I'm gonna go to assignments and then I'm going to give it a second to catch up. My internet's kind of slow here. Should pop up with a button that says create assignment. There we go, create assignment, and then I'm gonna left click on the new assignment. That looks like I have new quiz I could also use, or from existing. So that button's really nice to have because once you've created one assignment, you'll just go here and then you can grab that assignment and repost it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit new assignment. And I apologize, my internet is so slow here. Okay, so here's my new assignment. Obviously I'm going to give it to my test group here, all the students. Going to give my assignment test assignment. I can add a category. I can go ahead and say bell ringer, and I just added that, and then I would give read the passage, complete the worksheet. Okay. I can set my due date. I can set my time. I guess I can I hadn't played around this, but you could apparently schedule to assign later, which I do not have that on because normally if I'm making something I would assign it like as soon as I'm done. Late turn in is allowed, yes. Points, no. If you do add points, then you're saying that as far as what I read online is like if you assigned points and I hit on here and I left click yes and then I awarded points, then students are able to really share like information and details because then they consider it cheating. But the thing is, for my class, it's fairly collaborative, especially in my animation classes. So I find that I don't want to specify points. I mean, there might be points attached to it, but I'm going to go ahead and actually apply those in my gradebook, and we use different software for that. And then I can add a rubric. So this was one that I already created. There's like a default one here, and then I just filled in with these basic generic answers, and like I could just type in nothing was supplied, and then I can actually attach it. Okay, so rubric's been attached. You can add resources here, and so you can provide a link. So maybe there's a video you want your students to watch on YouTube. I could add new files, upload from my device. So that's what I tended to do with that. I believe on this you can only attach, there was a limit on this because I kept trying to attach things and I realized it kept cutting me out. It just said you can't go beyond this number. I believe it was 3 or 5 items you could attach to it, because otherwise it basically wants to force you to attach it under your files or class notes, and then I would hit assign. And then it should pop up under my assignments tab. Okay, so now you see it. If I click on it, it should bring up all that information back up. Yeah, so here's the assignment right here, and I could go back and edit it, delete it, review as needed. And so that's how you add a brand new assignment.